All right, so you have y equals 3/5 x plus 4. So you're, let me see, is it going to let me write on here? Where's my, I want to write. I don't think it's going to let me write on here. Okay, well, let me go. I'm going to have to go over here somewhere. Right over here. All right, be patient. No. That was a cute joke. All right, so the equation was, hold on, children. Trying to be sure it's recording my voice. I don't want to do this for nothing. I think the equation was y equals 3/5 x. Yeah. Now, some of you didn't do this, and that's why you missed it. So you need to write down your m and your b. And of course, this is mx plus b. So m is 3/5, b is 4. For the fraction for 3/5, you're going to write down the directions to go. If the number at the top of the fraction is positive, that means go up that many spaces. If the number at the top of the fraction is negative, that means go down that many spaces. And then, of course, the denominator tells you how many spaces to go to the right. So this is going to be, this 3 is positive, so we're going to go up 3. At the bottom of the fraction, always go to the right. Okay? B equals 4, that means I'm going to plot this point on the y-axis. Okay? Now we're ready. All right, let me show you how to graph using edulastic. Your test tomorrow is going to be on edulastic. However, if you read the directions telling you how to graph, click the point, then graph the y-intercept. Click point, here's point. Then graph the y-intercept. The y-intercept is 4, so I'm clicking on 4 on the y-axis. Okay, and let me make this a little bigger, especially for folks who may be watching me by the video. All right, so there's, but I think I need to make it a little smaller. It's going to be too big for the screen. All right, I think that's better. Then 3/5, we just determined that 3/5 meant count up 3 and then 5 to the right. Okay. Now remember, when you count, and my cursor is starting at the 4, but when I start counting, Angelica, right now it's at 0. Then now I've moved 1 space, 2 spaces, 3 spaces up. Now I'm moving 5 to the right, but this is 1 to the right, 2 to the right, 3 to the right, 4, and then 5. Put my dot. Then count again, 3 up and 5 to the right. 1, 2, 3 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right. I don't have enough spaces to count up 3, and I don't have enough spaces to go to the right anymore. So then, Draven, I need points on the left side. When I go to get points on the left side, I'm going to do the opposite of what I have here. So if this was 3 up, then it's going to become 3 down. And 5 right is going to become 5 left. So now I'm going to go 3 down and 5 left. Go back to the point in the middle. 1, 2, 3 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. Click a point. And this time when you go to edulastic, you don't have to hover. It kind of just puts the point where it's supposed to be. It's a little easier. All right, so now I count down 3 and 5 left as many times as you can until you run out of grid. 1 down, 2 down, 3 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now I'm ready to draw my line. Okay. Notice it says graph as many points as you can on both sides of the y-axis. Then click line. Click the farthest point on the right side, like click at the beginning of the line, click at the end, and it's going to draw the line for you. Okay? Okay. And if you want to erase what you've done, you can either click reset, you can click undo, and it undoes the last thing you did. So after you get your points, sweetheart, click line, click the one point on the far right side, click the other point on the far left side, and it draws a line between them. Now, when you go to do your stuff on edulastic, edulastic is looking for every one of these points because that's how I set the answer. Okay? All right, if you haven't already, begin and continue. All right, I'm going to add a few notes for those people who are watching by the video that we talked about yesterday. So for slope, and I think this is the point that those who were absent yesterday you may have missed. So we know slope is rise over run. When you're trying to determine what direction to go for rise over run, if the number at the top of the fraction, if that number is positive, you go up. If the number at the top of the fraction is negative, then you go down. At the bottom of the fraction, you always run right. Okay, at the bottom of the fraction, you always run right. B is always a dot or a point on the y-axis. All right, also, young people, please watch those other videos that I emailed to you, and that should assist you with graphing. There's a class assignment on Schoology, and there's an assignment on edulastic. Your test is on edulastic. Thank you kindly.